Hello everyone, welcome to the Blissful Warrior. This is our midday yoga, breathing, centering, grounding, mindfulness practice. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. I am the owner of River Flow Yoga. River Flow is a hot yoga studio located in Lambertville, New Jersey. We have been closed since March. We are beginning to slowly open our doors, very slowly and gently and carefully. But since March, we've been right here on Facebook Live, bringing yoga to you every day, sometimes 2 times, 3 times a day. We offer hot yoga, we offer yoga nidra, and I teach this practice, which is called Blissful Warrior Yoga. So I have been a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher and a mindfulness coach for the past 45 years. And I like to say that I curated this practice of all of the many practices that I have learned and taught over the years. I come here every day and I offer you a variety of practices that can help to ground you and calm you and center you. And no time can I ever remember in my life when we need this practice more. You know, I like to say that if you have a practice right now, and by a practice I mean something that you do, something that you can count on to make you feel like yourself, to make you feel this balanced, grounded feeling that you want to have as you go forward into your days, then please don't give it up now. It's tempting, I know. Even for me, after 45 years, you get sucker punched some days by the things that you hear in the news, the things that happen, the things people say, the latest information which seems to come at you shotgun, and it hurts. And it is easy to say, I'm just not going to practice today, I'm going to stay under the covers. And listen, some days that might be your practice. I'm not saying that there aren't days when staying under the covers and warm in bed with some tea wouldn't be more soothing to you. But please don't give up your attention to taking care of yourself, to soothing yourself. And your practice can be a great solace to you right now, as well as a great strength. And if you don't have a practice, then come here and join me. I'm here every day, somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, offering you this Blissful Warrior practice. Now, do you have to be a master yogi? Do you have to even be experienced at yoga to do this practice? Absolutely not. The point of this practice is to soothe yourself back into a place of strength. Now, a lot of times we're told to fight and to be activists and to really be up in arms and struggling for our place in the sun. And there might be an appropriate time for that. And if you feel the appropriateness of it in some condition in your life, then you're the only one who can feel whether that's right for you. This practice is not about that. We're not going to fight our way through this practice. We're going to learn the fine art of soothing yourself, body and mind and spirit, in order to ground yourself so that you can move forward as yourself in these very challenging days that are already behind us. We can't move forward in days that are behind us, but certainly those things that you've already experienced have a way of piling up and creating stress. And then there's more to come. We have a lot ahead of us, my friends, and your practice can be your guiding light. So if you do have a practice and you'd like to add this one, if you don't have a practice and you feel you'd like to have something that you can count on to make you feel balanced, to help you to feel grounded, then I invite you to join me every weekday right here between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, and I will practice with you. So, Blissful Warrior, that's what it means to be a Blissful Warrior, my friends. It means that you are going to be adamant, you are going to be a warrior, but about one thing only, about being blissful. It won't necessarily be that you're going to go from despair to bliss in the space of this practice, or even in the space of continuing this practice. But what I can promise you is that doing this practice will help you to pivot away from your despair, away from whatever feelings you might be having right now that are frustrating, angering, upsetting, despairing, to just give that little moment where you can breathe again. And in that moment, you can actually get to ask yourself, what do I want in this moment? And then move towards that. It's as simple as that. not continuing to pile on more stress and more despair, and actively choosing to let it settle for a moment and give yourself an opportunity to move in a direction that feels better to you and where you can actually contribute something to yourself and to others around you in a positive way. So welcome home to yourself. You are a blissful warrior, and you're going to discover it right here in this practice. So settle. That's the first thing we'll do here. Have yourself a seat. You can sit on the floor. You notice I'm sort of wiggling around a little bit. I have a cushion under me. And if you'd like to learn to sit on the floor, if you do and you never were comfortable, or you feel like you can't sit on the floor, it's not comfortable for you, and you'd like to try, I'm not saying you have to, but if you'd like to try, grab a cushion, place it under you, and move to the far front edge of that cushion so your hips and knees are tilted down, and just immediately start to sense the relief of that in your hips, in your physical body. If you prefer to sit in a chair, sometimes people tell me they join me in this blissful warrior practice while they're in the middle of a Zoom meeting, while they're in front of their computers. You can do that. You can do anything you want. You can do this practice in any way that fits into your life. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to enhance your life. So if you're sitting in a chair, you have the wonderful opportunity to place both feet on the ground, and in doing that, you get to calm your nervous system physically. Soles of the feet on the ground and palms in the lap, by the way, will really help your nervous system, which is a physical part of your body, to settle. So go ahead and try that. If you'd rather lie down, I invite you to do that. Lie on your back, arms at your sides, eyes open, legs out, heels lightly touching, and toes flopped apart. So choose your way to arrive here, and settle in. All right, next thing we're going to do is drink some water. So for you who are lying down, you might have to roll over a little bit and sit up to grab some water and have a sip. This is the time of the day where you're going to be reminded to drink water. I know that you know how good it is for you to continuously drink lots and lots of water. And yet, just like anything, other things catch your attention. And before you know it, hours have gone by and you haven't had any water at all. So we're going to be mindful about it right now. Grab some water. Let's have a few sips. I often go for more than a few sips. I am used to drinking a lot of water, and once I start drinking water, it's so soothing, I just want to keep going. Now, at no time in this practice do I want you to feel like you have to keep up with me and do what I'm doing in any way. I am offering these practices so that you can incorporate them into your way of doing things, your life. Don't let this practice or any practice that you have become another thing on your to-do list, another thing that you beat yourself up for not doing, and another thing that causes you stress to think about needing to do. Arrive here prepared to enjoy yourself, to soothe yourself, and to feel like yourself. Okay, let's move into some breathing. Breathing has an amazing effect on calming your physical body and settling your nervous system. Now, I know we all breathe all the time, right? 24 hours a day. Thank goodness this is an autonomic nervous system function that we don't have to think about. Otherwise, we'd all stop breathing when we went to sleep. But when you take the time to deliberately focus on your breathing, you're going to see just how much this gift of breath has to offer you. So if you're sitting on the floor, sitting in a chair, or lying on the ground, find a comfortable position for your hands. Today it feels comfortable for me to have backs of my palms on my knees, palms up. Some days I have palms down or palms in my lap. You might even notice that during this practice I change positions, and you can too. You are constantly seeking the most soothing that you can get out of this moment. And if that means changing the position of your hands, then go ahead. So we're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. So I was just discussing with somebody yesterday, there is a new book out called Breath. I believe the author is James Nestor. And this particular author talks about the incredible value of breathing in and out from your nose, not mouth breathing. Everything from having straighter teeth to having a deeper sense of blood flow in your body can result from this breathing in and out through your nose. Now, I'm not asking you to accept his research or my word for it. What we're going to do in this practice is practice. Try it, and I'll guide you through. So, we'll be inhaling and exhaling through the nose, but I want you to pretend there's this little hole in the base of your throat, and you're actually bringing the breath in and out through that hole so that you hear a loud ha sound coming in and a loud ha sound going out. All right, settling in. If you are sitting, here's another little bit of advice. Find something to look at directly in front of you and look at that object or wall in front of you a little bit out of the tops of your eyes than the centers of your eyes. We want to avoid the chin thrust. And it's a habit, and most of us have it. And once you notice it and you can sort of soften it a little bit, you're going to notice that your entire neck feels better. Your shoulders start to relax. Your posture will improve. All you have to do is focus on something out of the tops of your eyes. And if you're lying down, not looking at the ceiling, try shifting your gaze so it's down the center of your body. And here's another great little trick. Imagine someone just placed 2 fingers on your chin and they're just going to push your head back, not your whole body, just your head. So your head gets to really settle on top of your neck. See, these are small little adjustments that will make you feel completely different, way more soothed, less pain in certain parts of your body, just more emotionally calm, more balanced and grounded. Okay, we are ready. Inhale. Now as you inhale, you're hearing that loud ha sound in your throat. Pull your collarbones wide, so letting the breath fill your chest. Feel your ribs come apart. Let your belly balloon out, holding here, and exhale. Again, the loud ha sound passing through the base of your throat. Collarbones pulling in one long straight line. Your rib cage starts to come together. Your belly deflates. Drop your tailbone down and tuck it up and under, just a little towards your navel. Notice how this lifts your chest and lifts your spirits. Inhale. Hear the loud ha sound in your throat, collarbones wide, your rib cage is expanded, your belly's ballooned out. Exhale. Feel your ribs deflate, but not your collarbones. They stay wide. Drop your tailbone down and tuck it a little up towards your navel. Stay empty here for a moment. Notice how soothing that is. Inhale. Collarbones wide, chin dropped. Focus your eyes, feel your ribs expand, your belly balloon out, holding here, pull on those collarbones internally. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. So that was about 6 deep breaths. So I'd like you to now just take a moment and notice how you feel. When you take a moment to notice the change that you've been able to affect in your own body, in your own nervous system, which might just feel like you feel calmer, you feel what we call more present, you feel more like yourself. You begin to notice how empowered you really are to make great changes by using simple, soothing techniques. Shall we do a couple more? Feels like a good idea to me. So let's do it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Pull your collarbones wide. You know, you can always sip a little more breath in. Exhale. Wonderful. So in this moment, you simply ask yourself, do I feel more like myself right now? More like the person that I would like to be as I go out into the world, no matter what the rest of your day looks like. Is this the person you'd like to be in the life you have to live? So from drinking, settling, arriving, drinking some water, breathing, we're going to move into some practice, some movement. Now, if you have joined me and it was for the breathing, and that's all the time you have right now, you've still done yourself a world of good. In fact, you have completed whatever it is that you needed to get for today. If you'd like to continue on with me and do some body movement, let's do that. So, if you are lying on the ground, roll over, place yourself in a seated position. If you are sitting in a chair, come right down here to the ground with us. Again, if you're watching a meeting, if you're on a Zoom meeting or you're engaged in something on your computer, you can still listen to me describe these poses or glance over and watch me do these poses, and you are still getting some benefit. Isn't that really nice to know? You can get benefit from just watching somebody go through the motions in a really calm kind of way. So good for your nervous system. Hey Sam, I see you there. If you'd like to join me in these movements, I invite you to. Okay, so we're going to come up onto all fours. Palms on the ground, wrists directly under your shoulders. It's always a little further back than you think. Oftentimes we end up like this, but wrists directly under the shoulders will give you nice straight arms. Your wrists and hands are 6 inches apart. Your knees are 6 inches apart. Line them up right behind your wrists. And then your feet are lined up behind your knees, and you're on the tops of your feet. So let's see if I can change the position a little. So right, so you're not curled on your feet, you're right here on the tops of your feet. Okay. Take the time to just move things around and get them just so. Locking your elbows. And focus your eyes on something right there in front of you. Again, looking out of the tops of your eyes. Lock your elbows and rotate them in. And exhale your breath and drop your chin to your throat. Keeping your back flat, you're in tabletop position. See if you get the feeling you'd like to tuck your chin into that little hollow space between the collarbones. And now inhale, lock your elbows, lock your arms, and slowly lift your chin, neck, face. Looking directly in front of you, drop your belly to the ground and stretch your tailbone to the ceiling. And feel that little stretchy, achy feeling in your tailbone. It's so satisfying. And exhale. Drop your chin to your throat. Lock your elbows and rotate them inward. Tuck your chin to your throat. Round your middle back. Suck your stomach in. And just hold here for a moment. Empty of breath. Feeling the roundness in your back. The strength in your arms. Inhale. Begin to lift your chin, neck, face, arms locked, elbows rotated in. Drop your belly to the ground and stretch your tailbone. Feel as if you'd like your tailbone to touch the back of your head, but keep your eyes focused in front of you. And exhale. Lock your arms, drop your chin to your throat. Round your middle back, suck your stomach in. Holding here, empty of breath, strong in your arms. And inhale, chin up, lock your arms at the elbows, rotate the elbows in. Bringing up your chin, neck, face, keep your eyes focused front, drop your belly to the ground, stretch your tailbone to the ceiling, and then feel it tucking back a little towards the back of your head. And exhale. Elbows locked, rotated in, drop your chin, nestle your chin into that little hollow between your collarbones, round your back, suck your stomach in. And then inhale and just come back to tabletop position. And take a breath right here. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do child's pose. Toes together, knees spread 8 to 10 inches apart. Place your fingertips on the ground beside your knees. Sit your hips to your heels. Looking in front of you, bend your elbows and begin to lower down slowly. Let your breastbone and your forehead come to the ground, come to the mat. Then release your arms to your sides, bend your elbow tips and slump your shoulders. And let your chest drop to the mat. And inhale. And exhale. And again, fingertips on the ground beside your knees, elbow tips pulling back towards your hips. Slowly, lightly, gently lift yourself back up. Bring your knees together. Now, as I said in the beginning, if you're watching the practice and not doing the poses, follow the breathing. You can be sitting at your computer in a Zoom meeting, not doing these poses at all, and still taking the inhales and exhales as I cue them and getting tremendous benefits. So we're going to come to standing position. Here's a great way to do it from sitting position. Place your fingertips on the ground in front of your knees and hang your head between your arms. Come forward onto your knees, curl your toes. With your fingertips, push yourself back onto the soles of your feet. Head between your arms. Maybe the feet are all the way down to the heels. Maybe they're not. Still fine. Keep your arms locked. Let your head be really relaxed. Hang it down. Stay here for a moment. And then begin to walk your fingertips back towards your toes. Hanging your head. Slowly begin to disconnect your fingers from the ground. Hang your arms, hang your head. And feel yourself stacking your spine. Imagine your spine is a great big slinky, a giant coil, and you are now stacking one coil on top of the other, keeping it slow and steady, mindful and relaxed in your breathing. Coming all the way up to standing. Arms at your sides, palms facing forward. Let your feet be about 6 inches hip width distance, collarbones wide. Let your chin drop a little bit. Keep your eyes focused ahead of you, and you are in mountain pose. Take a breath. Inhale. Collarbones wide. Feel your ribs expand. And exhale. Collarbones wide. Keep your palms rotated forward. Tighten your thigh muscles, lift them up, rotate your knees in a little bit, feel your tailbone dropping down slightly. Stand and take another breath, and I'm going to adjust my camera, which is never anything you have to worry about. feels good to stand here in this pose. It's grounding, it's strengthening. You feel empowered and you feel balanced. And notice that you're just practicing ways of standing. Mountain pose. We're going to do a beautiful pose right now that moves your entire spine 360 degrees. Everything your slinky spine is already capable of, and you get to experience. So toes and heels together. If you press the inner edges of your ankle bones, you're going to feel the strength in your legs. Pull your fingers to the ground and inhale your arms up overhead. Clasp all 10 fingers. Point your fingers up in a pistol grip and pulling all the way down to your heels. Squeeze your biceps against your ears and lift up out of your waist. Lean into your heels. Keep your thighs locked as you push your hips forward. Lift your chest. Feel your lower back get nice and long. And then very slowly, very gently, we're going to rock a little. So pull to the right, ease your hips left. Inhale back to center, pistol grip to the ceiling. And pull to the left and ease your hips right. Keep your arms locked, your palms pressed, and inhale back to center. Pull to the ceiling, down to your heels, hips are forward. Pull to the right, ease your hips left. Inhale back to center and pull. Press your palms and lift, and then keep pulling and pull to the left and ease your hips right. And now inhale back to center. Standing right here, feel like you'd like your pistol grip to touch the ceiling. Squeeze your head with your biceps. Let your heels be sort of grinding down. Lock your thighs. Lean into your heels. Push your hips and thighs forward. And one more lift as you inhale. And hold yourself right here at the top of your length, holding your breath, and then start. Begin pulling to the top back right corner of the room with your pistol grip. Keep your arms locked. And as you exhale, just let your left hip ease itself to the left. It's like you're rounding over a hurdle. Your body becomes a letter C. Inhale again and pull from the pistol grip and press your palms, lock your arms, lift your chin. Rotate your left ribs towards the ceiling a little bit and bring your hips to center. The weight is in your heels, pushing your hips forward, and as you exhale, just let that left hip ease itself to the left. And push, push, and push, and change. As you inhale, come back to center. Put that slinky back together. Pulling up, pistol grip up, heels down, lean back. Lift your chest, continuing to inhale. Hold it here and start. Pull. Point your fingers into the top back left corner of your room. Pull. Then exhale your breath and ease your hip to the right. Ease it out. Just let the right hip take your pose down. And stay here feeling it. As you inhale, pull again. Pistol grip, press your palms. Lock your arms behind your ears. Your chin is off your throat. Rotate your right rib cage a little to the right. Bring your right hip back to center. Bring the weight into your heels. Push your hips and thighs forward. And as you exhale your breath, ease your right hip to the right. Lean into it. Keeping your arms locked, push your right hip. Push, 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 and change. Inhale back to center. Stacking your slinky again. Now we'll go for a little backward bend. So inhaling, pulling up, pistol grip to heels down. So pistol grip through the ceiling and heels down to the ground. Squeezing your head with your arms. And as you exhale, ease your head backwards. Look up at your pistol grip. Inhale, pull. Exhale, begin moving your arms beside your ears. Keep the weight in your heels. Your thighs are locked, your hips are pushing forward, and you are moving your arms. Rounding back. Inhale, lift the center of your chest again. And exhale, and move your arms. and release. Inhale, coming up. Head between your arms. Pull up to the ceiling, down through your heels, and now for a forward bend. Keeping your head between your arms, your eyes focused forward, you pull forward. Keeping your legs locked as long as you can. When your knees bend, don't worry about it. Let them bend. Coming down, nice and slow, all the way down. And place your palms on the ground in front of your feet. Hang your head. Begin to rebound a little on your heels, left and right, left and right. Tuck your chin to your throat, left and right, left and right. Watch your knees. Make sure they look like they're going to hit you right in the nose, not out to the sides. And now, chest to thighs, no more space between. Reach behind you and tuck your hands under your heels from behind. See if you can step on all 10 fingers and the fingers point forward. As you inhale, wrap your elbow tips and squeeze your legs together. And as you exhale, tuck your chin and begin to straighten your legs. Lift your thighs up, bring your tailbone to the ceiling and face to the shins. And then release. Arms are locked beside your ears. Pistol grip is pulling you forward. Keep your stomach sucked in. Feel yourself stacking your spine. Beautiful adjustment. When you're all the way up, reach up from your pistol grip, reach down through your heels and lengthen and stretch and drop your arms. And take a breath. Mountain pose again. Arms at your sides, feet 6 inches apart, palms rotated forward. Your chin is dropped a little bit. Your head feels like it's back a little bit on top of your neck. Thighs are tight and lifted. And inhale. Exhale. Feel the sensations that you feel in your arms and legs. These are the sensations of your nervous system calming down, settling down. Feels light. Inhale. And exhale. Eagle pose. Toes and heels together. Bring your arms in close to your body. Pull from your fingertips and inhale your arms up. Hands in prayer. Exhale and swing your arms down. Cross them at the elbows, right elbow under left, and twist your forearms and bring your palms together with your thumbs facing your nose. Lock your thighs as you move your shoulders side to side. Just feel this loosening up. Pull your elbow tips towards your belly button and center your hands in the middle of your face. Bring your head back. Notice again if there was a tendency to bring your head forward. I just noticed it. Bring your head back. Squeeze your legs together, and as you inhale, bend your knees. Lower yourself down. And as you exhale, it's right leg up, over, around, and hook your right toes behind your left calf muscle. Maybe you can today, and maybe you can't. You're just coming into this pose in whatever place you're starting from. Perfectly fine. There's so many beautiful physical benefits to this pose. You squeeze as hard as you can. You're cutting off the circulation to the 14 major joints of your body. When this pose ends, you get a fresh rush of oxygenated blood in all those joints. So whether your toes are hooked or not, just squeeze as hard as you can. And then release. And inhale, arms overhead, palms in prayer. And exhale, swing down and cross, left under right, palm to palm. Thumbs always face your nose. Move your shoulders. Just isolate just the shoulders. Pull the elbow tips towards your belly button and center your hands. And tuck your chin and bring your head back. Squeeze your legs tight and inhale, bend. And exhale, start. Left leg up, over, around, and maybe hook. toes behind the calf muscle. And then bend and sit. And feel yourself increasing the pressure between your hands, your arms, your legs. You're squeezing tight. Think of yourself really cutting off that blood supply for a moment so you get this fresh momentum of oxygenated blood through all of your joints. Squeeze hard and then release. And inhale up. And exhale, drop. Mountain pose again. Feet are 6 inches apart, hip width. Arms limp at your sides, pulling your collarbones. Drop your chin a little bit. Focus your eyes. Bring your head back. Lock your thighs. Lift them up. And take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. All right, we're going to do a little body shaking, moving the chi energy through you. So begin by shaking your hands at the wrists. You can do it at your own pace. It can be a slow shake or a fast, vigorous shake. Let your elbows start to shake. Shake your shoulders into it a little bit. You'll notice when your shoulders get into it, your head will start to bounce a little bit. And then coming up and down off of your heels, just lightly rebounding off the heels. Feel the shake. I feel inspired to shake kind of vigorously today. Breathing deep. Shaking it out, really waking up all the cells of your body, getting that blood flow moving through you. And stop. Notice how you feel, especially in your arms right now. It's that interesting sense of lightness that you feel. This is your nervous system settling down, all the nerve endings coming back to a balanced feeling. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Remember to breathe in and out through your nose and hear it in the back of your throat. All right, let's try a standing balancing pose. This is called standing forehead to knee. Walking up your left thigh. Feel like this left thigh, this left leg is now a strong Greek column. Walk it up and then bend the right leg up at the knee. Flex the sole of your foot. Suck your stomach in. Lift your chest, round it back, and as you swoop forward, engage all 10 fingers on the ball of your right foot and hold here. Relax your arms, shoulders. Keep that standing leg solid. Breathing here, stomach sucked in. Keep your eyes focused steadily in front of you. And if you feel really balanced here, you can start to kick. You don't have to. Enjoy the balance. Kicking from the heel. Flexing the toes towards your face. Feeling your balance. And sometimes losing your balance. No consequences. Stand for a breath. Let's try the other side. Locking the right thigh, bending the left leg up at the knee and flex the sole. Stomach in, lift your chest, round it back a little bit. Lift your chest more and then swoop forward. Engage all 10 fingers on the ball of your left foot. Holding on with all 10 fingers engaged. Eyes looking in front of you. Relax your shoulders, but keep that standing right leg solid. No bending at the knee. Keep that knee protected. And you can just sort of hang out here for a while and enjoy the balance. If that standing leg is locked, you might be inspired to kick. Kick with the heel. Lead forward with the heel, backwards with the toes towards your face. So both of your legs are locked solid eventually. Then you can bend your elbows and pull a little bit. And change. And mountain pose again. Feet 6 inches apart, hip width distance. Drop your chin, focus your eyes, rotate your palms forward, pull your collarbones wide, and take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's come back down to the floor. Turn your palms to the wall behind you. Begin to drop your chin to your throat. Slowly coming forward. Let your arms hang loose. Let your chin nestle into the little hollow space between your collarbones as you uncurl that slinky in your spine. One coil at a time. Go slow. Feel every coil separate, hanging your head. Fingertips to the ground. Bend your knees. Knees between your hands. Uncurl your toes and sit back, hips to heels. Palms in your lap. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to notice what happens when you breathe deeply. Notice how breathing is the cornerstone of every movement while you're in the movements and afterwards as you come back to this place of noticing how you feel. Let's try some forward bending with separate leg stretch. Your right leg is out 45 degrees to the side and the sole of your left foot tucked up against your inner right thigh unless the bending of this knee causes you any pain. Some of us have injuries that we're nursing. You're here to soothe all of that. So you can keep this left leg also 45 degrees out to the side if you feel any kind of twinge of pain in the knee. Flex the right heel, flex the toes towards your face, and inhale your arms up. Interlace all 10 fingers and lift. Keep both hips on the ground as you feel yourself lifting up out of your waist. Lift. Lift. Enjoy this lift. Turn your torso towards the outstretched right leg and then throw the net of fingers over the ball of the right foot and drop your forehead to your right knee. Now maybe you have to bend your right knee up to get your forehead to your knee. Go ahead and do it. Bend your elbow tips. Tuck the chin to the throat, forehead to the knee, and breathe. Relax your left hip down and breathe. And then release. Keeping your palms pressed together, bring yourself back up. Turn your torso towards the open center and alternate your legs. Now the left leg is out 45 degrees and the sole of the right foot is tucked up against the inner left thigh. And stretch. Get both hips down. Sometimes one hip comes up, right? So you have a choice here. You can wiggle them down. Feel grounded as you lift. Keep that left heel flexed outward. Lift. Turn your torso towards the outstretched left leg and throw this net of fingers over the ball of the left foot and then drop the forehead to the knee. Chin to the throat. Elbow tips bending beside your calf muscle. And breathe. And then release. Coming up. And coming back to center, bring both legs out in front of you. Flex your heels forward, flex the toes towards your face, and lift up. Lift up out of this net of fingers, lifting up out of your waist. Separate your hands, palms are parallel to each other. Lean back a little bit, and as you exhale your breath, come forward. Take your first two fingers and hook them between your first two toes. Holding between your first two toes, walk your hips backwards. Now focus on yourself or focus on something in front of you out of the tops of your eyes. As you inhale, lift your chest. Pull your collarbones wide. Drop your chin a little. Now as you exhale, flatten the backs of your knees to the mat. You can do this by pushing your knees down or pulling your heels forward. You can round your pinky toes towards your face. Sometimes your legs will go straight and sometimes they won't. It's perfectly fine. Find the soothing place in this pose for you right now. And if your legs are straight, we'll take another step. So inhale, lift your chest. Collarbones wide, chin down. As you exhale, pull from your heels, and if your legs are straight, which means your heels are hovering a little bit, bend your elbow tips and begin to lead your chest between your shoulders, right down, chest on your thighs. And just hold here and breathe. And then releasing the pose, place your palms on your feet, slide your palms to your ankles, to your shins, and sitting up nice and straight. Flexing your heels forward, flexing the toes towards your face. Now sometimes flexing the heels forward if you have tight hamstrings can be painful. So just bend your knees. Find that place where you can still do this, locking your arms with no pain in the hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist. Beautiful pose for the spine. Bend your left knee, so the left knee points forward. Now once again, if this causes you pain, just keep that left leg straight out in front of you. Right leg up and over, so the right heel is up against the left knee corner. If this knee is bent, you may have to pull this heel out from under you so that you can settle both hips to the ground. Your right arm is behind you like a kickstand, nice and locked. Left arm up by your ear. Keep it close to your head and lift up out of your waist. Keep both hips down and both arms locked as you lift. Then bend at the elbow, come down around the knee. Push the knee away and reach your hand down. Place your fingertips on the ground so you can lock this arm. Or you might slip your hand under your knee. Just lock the arm. And as you inhale, lift your chest. Drop your chin. Begin to pull your collarbones wide. And as you exhale, twist. Look over your right shoulder. Move your waist. Move your rib cage. Drop your chin. Moving your head. Look over your shoulder and twist, twist, twist. And release. Back to center. Opposite side. Bend the right knee, so the right knee points forward. Remember, check if there's pain. You'll know it immediately. And if so, just keep the leg out in front of you. Left leg up and over. The heel touches the knee corner. Pulling the heel out from under, settling both hips. Left arm is behind you like a kickstand. Right arm by your ear, lifting you up out of your waist, keeping both hips down. Bend at the elbow, down around the knee, push the knee. Reach down and balance on your fingertips so that your arm is locked, or if you can slip your hand under your knee without lifting your knee up, you can hold the knee. And inhale, lift from your chest. Pull wide from your collarbones, drop your chin, and as you exhale with both hips down, begin to move your waist. Move your ribs. Move your shoulders. Move your head, look over your shoulder, and twist, 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 and release. Back to center. Bring your legs out. Place your palms on your shins, lock your elbows, focus your eyes. Remember, pulling from the heels, flexing forward from the heels, and if that causes you any distress in your hamstrings, bend your knees. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Hearing that breath in and out through the back of your throat. breathing through your nose only. Inhale. And exhale. A little fun with balance right here in our sitting pose, boat pose. As you inhale, begin to point your toes forward. Lift your hands, lock your arms and lock your legs, and lean into your hips, pulling from the fingertips and toes, leaning back to a place where you can lift your heels, hovering like a boat on the sea. Pull from the toes, pull from the fingertips, drop your chin, rotate your knees in, and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, pull from the toes and fingertips. And exhale, sitting back up. Lower your heels, lower your palms. Palms on your shins, flex your heels, flex your toes towards your face, dropping your chin and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Now lying down, as you inhale, flex your heels forward, flex your toes towards your face. And as you exhale, keeping your arms locked, lean into your hips and slide your palms over your knees. Slide them over your thighs. Control this beautiful slow descent, one vertebra at a time, until you are lying all the way down on your back. Keep going. I'm going to walk you through or talk you through this final Shavasana. So you're lying on your back. Arms are at your sides, palms facing up. Allow your heels to touch and your toes to flop apart. Pulling your collarbones wide and tucking your chin. Keep your eyes open so you can see that you're looking down the center of your body and not at the ceiling. This is a slight little shift for your neck that will be so relaxing for you. I am plugging in my phone here as you lie down. And inhale. And exhale. And mostly I want you to notice how you're feeling right now. And to be able to notice that you have affected this change in the way that you feel. And by changing the way you feel, you have just changed the state of your own health right now. The state of your stress, the tension that you carry with you, sort of at all times, that's become so familiar, has had a chance to release. And all the health benefits that go along with that release of stress are present for you right now. So let's really take a moment to let that familiarity, let this feeling of being relaxed and calmed and grounded and centered, let it become sort of second nature. Lying here in Shavasana, arms at your sides, palms facing up, your heels lightly touching, your toes flopped apart, collarbones nice and wide, tucking your chin, keeping your eyes open, and gazing down the center of your body, you can feel this really beautiful release in your neck. And let's breathe in and out through the nose. Inhale. Hear it in the back of your throat as you pull your collarbones wide. Feel your ribs expand and your belly balloon out. And holding here. Now exhale. Hear it in the back of your throat. Keep your collarbones pulled wide. Feel your ribs start to come together. Feel your belly begin to deflate. Now feel as if someone has slipped their hand under the small of your back, and as your belly deflates, you allow yourself to be held, dropping into that hand, staying empty, being held. And inhale. Exhale. the certainty of that hand holding you at the small of your back. Inhale. Exhale. And in this moment, my friends, you may feel more grounded, more centered, more calmed, more like yourself than you might have felt in quite some time. This means something. This means something very profound for you. It means that you can now move forward from this place of being your best self into whatever the rest of the day holds for you. And notice how differently the day unfolds when you bring this level of calm and grounded and centeredness out into the world. Good for your own internal health. Really wonderful for everyone you'll come into contact with today. Thank you for taking the time to soothe yourself in this beautiful practice, the Blissful Warrior. You are a blissful warrior, and there is a lot to be a warrior about these days, and you're going to approach it from this state of calm, grounded blissfulness so that you can really be in charge of the decisions that you make and the actions that you take. That's what it means to be a blissful warrior. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. I am the owner of Riverflow Yoga, a hot yoga studio in Lambertville, New Jersey. I will be here at 12:30 every weekday bringing you this practice. It is a perfect opportunity in the middle of the day to bring yourself into this state of calm so that the rest of the day unfolds in a way that you'll be happy about, that you'll feel good about, that you'll be proud of. Thank you for joining me today. Feel free to come here and join me every day. For the time being, we will continue to offer these yoga practices free here on Facebook Live as we have been doing since March. We are also offering hot yoga practice right here on Facebook Live and Yoga Nidra, a practice of restful sleep on Tuesday evenings. If you'd like to see the full schedule of what we're offering when, go to our website, riverflow-yoga.com/schedule. Otherwise, whenever your Facebook page is open, you might just see us popping up. And feel free to join us for the practice, for the breathing, for the soothing. That's what we're here for. And we certainly hope you have found a place of soothing within yourself in this moment. Thank you again for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Go out into the rest of your day. Be safe, be sane, stay soothed. See you soon.